Miss Jackie B.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Great.
The skin is glowing. The
It's gotta
loafers are
be.
loafering.
Thanks.
The hair has a perfect beachy wave. Are we feeling as good inside as we look on the outside?
I feel great, babe.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
It also took you 25 minutes to get here, which is a blessing in Los
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Goals.
Yeah.
Goals.
Also, I've been noticing the nail color. Can we take a quick peek?
I'm a purple girl.
It's like this chrome purple.
You know,
love.
I love my nail ladies. I don't even request. I just go and I say, make it purple.
Wow.
That's it. They do whatever they want. I give
love
them
that. That's trust.
I give them creative freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about trust because a lot of people trust you
Yes.
with their skin.
Yes.
And by the looks of your skin, I feel like they're in very good hands.
Very good hands.
Okay.
I agree.
So you are the skincare fairy.
Fairy facial godmother.
Absolutely.
That's my preferred.
Okay. And I feel like that's like intrinsic in your mitochondria. Like you are.
Fairy facial mother.
Yes.
I have a robe that says it on the back.
And you also have this like caregiving kind of like I feel like I would, well, I have had a facial with you and I remember I could just tell you all the tea, all the secrets, let you in on my like will, who knows?
Yes. I love that. I want people to feel comfy and cozy with me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Well, we're going to dive in.
Let's dive in.
How old were you when you knew you wanted to get into this?
Well, I've been popping my brother's acne since I was 5.
Stop.
Naturally.
Stop.
I was born to do this.
Stop.
You know? And then I've I've been a licensed esthetician since I was 19. I've been doing this for 11 years.
So you graduated high school, got right into it.
I'm young for my grade.
Okay.
So I was an 18-year-old freshman.
Okay.
And then I was a 19-year-old sophomore. I took first semester of sophomore year off at University of Arizona, and I got licensed in Tucson.
Damn.
Yeah, which honestly I'm so thankful for now, looking back too, because Tucson, the rules and regulations are different. California is way stricter. So I got to do a lot more with my license and learn a lot more with my license in Tucson, Arizona than I did in California.
I hear this all the time with people in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Yes, the education is absolutely mandatory. We're not trying to change that.
No.
But the most hands-on experience is where you get
100%.
all of the knowledge.
School is to pass your state boards.
Right.
That is what they're teaching you, is like what's on the state board test.
And what is are they teaching you like laws?
Sanitary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. Things that need to be labeled.
But not like how to do an extraction.
Yes, you are doing a lot of practical stuff, but like also like, especially now, like I got my license 11 years ago. Like I really don't know what's going on now.
Okay.
But I also have an esthetician that I have spent the last year training. She's been a licensed esthetician for like almost 3 years, I want to say now. And just like seeing what they taught her, they really didn't teach her much.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't. I say like for estheticians who are looking to, or like future estheticians who are looking into getting their esthetician license, if you're looking at schools, just make sure that they have dermalogica training, because I would say that's the most extensive form of training. Like that's the best training in my opinion.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
Dermalogica, like the brand?
Yeah, like the brand. So
like that specific?
So that skincare line works with different schools, and they offer their training. I would say dermalogica training is the best. Okay. There's also like Aveda, you know. Do you know that skincare? They also have hair.
Yeah.
They have some esthetician, like they work with some esthetician schools in Los Angeles. But I like dermalogica
most
training.
Most of the schools are branded?
Yeah, sometimes. Not. Yeah.
Is there like some conflict? I mean, is there a little marketing thing happening there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, probably.
Okay.
It's in the line's best interest to partner with estheticians, because then when they go off, they like find different spas that work with. Yeah, I mean, like of course, like I worked with Dermalogica the longest because my first esthetician job, which I also got straight from my mock interview in school.
Wait,
so yeah, so my school, I went to the best esthetician school, honestly. I really did. The woman who started my esthetician school in Tucson, she had cancer, and she wanted to start a holistic skincare school. So I also got like a really good ingredient knowledge base, which I feel like a lot of esthetician schools didn't.
Sure.
So that's also why like I lean more towards like naturally stuff. But like I'm very big on pick your poisons.
Right.
You know.
Right.
We can't avoid everything, but it was cool that I got that base because I feel like they don't do that here.
I hope that that also bleeds into other medical training.
Yeah.
Understanding some integrative approaches, like
For sure.
maybe your food affects your mental health. You know what I mean?
Dude,
We're a closed system.
It's so frustrating. I just had a client who came in this week who has been going to a famous derm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and the famous derm straight up said, don't change your diet. It has nothing to do with your skin.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, how is that even possible?
Your skin's the biggest organ.
Thank you, miss.
I can't.
Thank
Wait,
you,
once you get your license, do you have to do it again ever? Or once
No.
you're in?
Once you're in, you just have to take, well, I had to retake my state board when I came to California. So I had to retake my test. But you don't have to after a certain amount of years. It's just, I worked in Arizona for 3 years before I came here. And then when I came here, I had to get my license in California.
Okay.
I think after 5 years, you didn't have to. Actually, I think you have to retake your test in every. That's wrong. You have to take your test in every single city. You do. You have to take your test in every single city.
City, not state.
State. Sorry,
Okay.
state. And then you don't have to retake your exam ever again. You just have to pay a fee like every year to reinstate your license.
God bless.
My phlebotomy license, though, because I'm a phlebotomist, so that I can use needles.
Sure.
And like I also thought it was really
You do
important. to learn.
PRP, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's still like it's a gray area because in California, it's not really, you're an esthetician, you can't do it. Even though if you're a phlebotomist, you can. But there's still a gray area.
Okay.
In Arizona, I'd be crystal clear. In Arizona, if I got training to do injectables, I'd be able to do injectables as a licensed esthetician.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. There was a petition going around like a year ago for California estheticians to broaden the scope of practice. But
do you want to do injectables? Like, would that
I really don't,
Okay,
honestly. Like
okay.
at this point in my career, I've been doing this for 11 years. Like I believe in stick to what you're good at.
Sure.
I'm good at clearing skin. I'm very good at it.
Found your niche.
I found my niche.
Did you have bad skin growing up?
I didn't, but everyone in my family did. I would say what I had was very sensitive, rashy. Like I would just touch grass and it would be game over for me.
Yep.
Like I would just have rashes.
Same.
Every single place in my body, my face, everywhere. I'm not as sensitive because I've definitely learned to strengthen my barrier.
Okay.
But at like my brother, my cousins, all of my cousins pretty much did Accutane. Like
What was it that drew you to that? Was it just that it was so
I loved
satisfying?
it. I loved it. When
Okay.
I was like a kid, as disgusting as this is, like I would like pop my brother's like blackheads and like save them in an Altoid jar.
No.
I would like, do experiments and like see what they would look like
No.
in a week. I'd be like, ooh, this is cool.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm disgusting.
Do you have
am
What's
disgusting.
the threshold? Does anything gross you out
In
your job? Like, if there's a
within my
massive
job,
Yeah.
no, nothing grosses me out.
Stop.
But like, I don't like shoes in the house. You know,
we all have our thing.
we all have our thing.
Like, you don't want someone like shitting the facial bed.
No,
Like, you'll do
no,
like a
no.
full.
Yeah, I love it.
Underground,
I'd be
okay.
dodging like blackheads left
Stop,
and right, but
stop.
I fucking love it.
I have a friend who got a facial and she wasn't wearing a mask and it hit her in the face.
I mean, you know,
It's par for the course.
it's part of it.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
lying to you if I did not say that some shit has gotten in my eye before.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Is
yeah.
that like a health hazard?
I mean, yeah, it is, but
No,
it's
you're
also
in the trenches.
It's also a thing where like this is a very vulnerable thing. You can't like be like, oh my god, it's in my eye,
Sure,
while you're like working on
sure.
the client. So you just have to like pardon yourself very nicely and calmly and wash your face really quickly, squirt
Come
some
back.
shit in your eye, and come on back.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's part of the game.
You're in these streets. Okay.
I really love it. I really love it.
So then what's the Jackie B specialty? It's acne, right?
It's acne. It's
Okay.
acne. It's extractions.
Mm.
I can say with confidence that no one does extractions like I do.
And what makes it so different?
I am actually getting it out. Like I am
Like
using
deep.
Yeah, I am getting everything out. I'm using the modalities to get everything out. There's not a pore left behind by the time I'm done with you. It freaking hurts.
Yeah.
But it works.
Okay.
And you know, I would say that it's if you can't handle the pain, I understand using other, you know, like oral medications to get rid of your acne. But I am the person that people see when everything else has failed them and they're like, fuck it,
Sure.
put me through torture, fix my face. That is who I am.
But okay, so if you're doing extractions
Yeah.
on someone who has severe acne,
Yes.
won't it come back? Like, wouldn't it just
So
be
here's the thing with severe acne is the bacteria is sitting there for so long that it's actually creating an infection and an inflammation. So once you are able to remove the bacteria, and that's also why I get so frustrated with Accutane, because it's not even an antibacterial. It's just dehydrating you.
Okay.
It's not even, it's literally dehydrating you so that you don't produce any more oil. So a lot of people who are on Accutane and they aren't getting extractions, they are still going to get scarring. Like they're still going to, because the bacteria sits there for so long. Like I have clients that are on Accutane for like their third round and they're like, I just need to freaking do it. I can still come in for extractions. I'm like, yes, I've been doing this for 11 years. I've been around the boat. I can see people who are on Accutane, which like some derms would advise against it.
Is it because the skin gets so sensitive?
The skin is very sensitive. Also, the blood is like gooier. It's like it's a really interesting thing with doing extractions on somebody who is on Accutane.
Are you against Accutane?
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that you need to get to the root cause of your acne.
Sure.
And figure out why it's happening. I mean, of course, you know, there is the hereditary aspect of it because acne can be hereditary. That's a little bit more tricky to fix. But like if you're having hormonal issues, if your testosterone's too high or testosterone's too low, that is all fixable. And these aren't unfortunately markers that our typical Western medicine blood panels are really testing for.
Right.
But like if they categorize normal in like a really broad spectrum. So let's say normal for testosterone levels, these are random numbers, these are not correct numbers, this is just an example. Let's say normal is from the range of 15 to 35. Okay. 35 is still high.
Sure.
That's high testosterone, but that's still in the normal range. So when you get your lab back and they're like, oh, everything's normal, that tiny little metric right there, that could be why you have acne. You know, which is not something that typical labs look at.
Right.
Which is why I like to go to the root cause.
You have a doctor that you refer to.
I do. I have two doctors that I refer
to.
Dr. Ryan Monahan.
Okay.
He is a functional medicine doctor.
Yeah.
Love him. He is very intense. You are like, if you are going to Dr. Ryan Monahan, you are committing to a massive lifestyle change with the supplements and all the things. I've done him in the past. I've done his entire cleanse in the past too. And I loved it. I've have never felt better doing it. I want to do it again, actually. I do have to say it is taxing because
it's also very expensive.
It's very expensive. Of course, it's very expensive. It is a pretty penny. It's so unfortunate that insurance doesn't help with that really at all.
Sure.
It's definitely a pretty penny. It is worth it, in my opinion, especially if you have a problem that you just really can't get to the root cause of, especially if it's like something that you've been dealing with for a really long time.
Because they do like hormone testing.
He does everything.
Testing.
You have to collect your shit for 3 days
You're
and
lying.
then send it over.
Well, you put blackheads in an Altoid box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like,
yeah, no, it's not for the weak doing a Dr. Ryan Monahan cleanse, but it is so worth it. Like, I have quite literally never felt better, and I still to this day, I did that in 2021, and I still to this day utilize some of those lifestyle changes that I learned about myself. I still utilize them today.
Okay.
And then my other doctor, Dr. Jasmine Tully, who I think is a little bit more approachable for people who are really overwhelmed by all of this, because she'll do one test at a time, which I think is a little bit more digestible for some people. And she also specializes in female hormones.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's a naturopath, and then I have a functional medicine doctor. She'll, like, you can go to Dr. Ryan and be like, I just want a food sensitivity test. He'll be like, nah, we got to do everything. If you don't want to do everything, I don't know if I'm the doctor for you, which I love, but not
a business pitch.
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
I genuinely no. It's really, he really cares.
Yeah,
he really cares.
He wants the full picture.
He wants the full thing. He doesn't think. He thinks that everything is related. He wants to see the broad picture. He's not wrong.
Right. Right.
But can be overwhelming for some people sometimes, I feel like.
Sure.
So that's also where Dr. Jasmine Tully is great too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great resources.
Yeah, I love them.
I would say testing ranges are so bucks sometimes. Like, ferritin, I think, is literally like between 10 and 90. And mine was 11. And they're like, you're good.
Exactly.
I'm like, are we sure?
Exactly. That's what I'm
What's
saying.
happening?
It's like they don't.
No, it is a very overwhelming thing sometimes.
Totally.
I think also understanding like where do you start, because I think now it's becoming more well known that acne can be caused from
The gut.
totally
Yeah.
different systems.
The
But
gut.
then it's like, okay, where do I go? What do I start? Do I listen to people on TikTok? Do I just blindly
Yeah.
choose these supplements?
Yeah,
Like
I know.
it's
I know. It's a lot. That's also
Totally.
why I think it. I don't know. I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything,
mhm.
but that's what I love about coming to me. is
Right.
that I'm going to give you all of those things. I'm going to give you all those resources. And also I've been doing it for so long and I've seen so many faces
Sure.
at this point that like I can kind of gear you like to what I think your acne is coming from and what I think that you need to change and all of those things.
Are you a little intuitive now?
I am
with-
100%.
Okay.
100%.
You can
I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you immediately. I can tell you. I can like almost like smell your blood and be like, you drink too much coffee.
Stop.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, boil, toil and trouble. You're a witch.
Literally, one time somebody's blood smelled like popcorn, and I was like, "Did you have popcorn today?" And they were like, "How did you know that?"
So when someone gets a facial with you, are they like bleeding pretty bad?
It depends.
Okay.
That's also the other cool thing about getting my phlebotomy license is that I can kind of be like, are you anemic? Are you not anemic? Do you eat meat? Are you a vegan? Are you not getting enough iron? You need to supplement with iron, like all these things.
Right.
Because I can depend. There's like a normal amount to bleed.
Okay.
Mostly everyone is a little bit iron deficient, honestly.
Okay.
Because we're all overdosing on caffeine and honestly Advil.
What is that? What does that blood look like?
It's just really bloody. It's just
like liquidy almost?
liquidy,
Okay.
constant. It won't stop. Like I have to like keep gauze
Wait,
on that
that's
area.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, LOL, no
Yeah.
shame, got a Groupon recently for a facial.
Uh-huh.
And I went to this woman and I'm curious your thoughts.
Let's hear it.
So she did one cleanse.
Yes.
Okay.
Not enough.
Yep.
Right off the bat.
Just like a light steam.
Mhm.
And then went so hard on the extractions, like didn't massage the skin. We didn't like prep.
Yeah.
And I looked so utterly busted after, to
Really?
the point where I was like, did she have a personal vendetta against me?
Damn. You know, I do have to say, like, you do look pretty crazy after I'm done with you too, but I'm doing the works to
Sure.
make sure that you don't.
Sure.
We're using pure oxygen cryo like throughout the facial. We're steaming you. We have LED light therapy. I recently just added Lima laser into my treatments too.
What's that?
Lima laser is a low level laser.
Okay.
They're like these little handheld devices that kind of looks like LED light therapy,
Ooh.
but it's not. It's low level laser, and the massage aspect of it at the end of the treatment, one, it feels great, which is like the least I can do after all the torture I put you through.
You slap people too.
I do. I slap them.
do the-
I slap them.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
bit of that. Okay.
Yeah. So the
okay.
Lima comes before the slapping. So it's like a quick, like, I'm gonna relax you and then I'm gonna fuck you up again. Yeah.
Right. Right.
In the best way possible.
It sounds like you go a bit on an emotional roller coaster.
Oh
in
yeah.
session with you.
Oh yeah. But
Okay.
now my cute little Billy girl, my dog, gets to sit in the facials. So
Oh,
people get
emotional support.
People get emotional support now.
Okay,
People get
okay.
emotional support now.
So I want to talk about some of these devices.
Yes.
I know you probably have the medical grade.
I have quite literally the best equipment ever, honestly.
Do the red light masks from Amazon work? Where do
It depends.
Okay.
Okay, there's a specific amount of nanometers that each light needs to produce.
Okay.
For it, like on red light, it's a different number. Infrared is a different number. Blue light's a different number.
Mm-hmm.
And there also needs to be a specific amount of bulbs for it to like actually work. Like, remember that Kourtney Kardashian one that was like the shield that had like the strips of red light that everybody was wearing?
Omnilux, is it?
No, Omnilux is great.
It's good? Okay,
Omnilux
okay.
makes sense. Omnilux is one of my favorites. The science of it needs to make sense. The direct contact with the skin is awesome.
Okay.
But the random Amazon masks, they don't all work. They don't. It needs
You gotta
to
do
the science.
research.
Yeah, the science needs to make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, like the red light needs to be at least 418 nanometers, which not everyone's checking. Like, who's like so big right now that everybody is getting, but they don't list their nanometers, and I can't. Theragun.
Oh, no, Theragun's the...
Yeah, but they made...
Oh, they do a mask?
Yeah, they did. It's called Theramask or something.
Stop.
And I can't find the nanometers on anything. So people keep asking me if it's good. I'm like, I really don't know because
They're like, send the facts.
Yeah,
send the proof.
They don't list it. Or like Omnilux, higher dose, current body beauty, and then now Shark. Shark has this new brand that I'm like looking into. They also have Cryo coming out of the light mask.
Oh,
which is awesome.
Okay.
Because a lot of people who have melasma or pigmentation are nervous to do red light therapy because the heat can exacerbate pigmentation.
Oh, why did I think red light helps with?
It does.
Okay.
It can.
Okay.
But there's a heat component, and the heat component is not good.
Okay.
But the Shark brand that just came out with one that has cryo in it, it like fixes that problem.
You like still get the benefits of the red light
without the heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Brilliant. I need to try it.
Yeah. Report back.
Yeah. I want them to send me one.
Okay, so then devices aside.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question, and this may hit a little close to home.
Let's hear it.
Is skincare a scam?
No.
I feel like it is this incredibly oversaturated business.
It's oversaturated. 100% it's oversaturated, but it's not a scam. You do need to be using skincare. You just don't need to be using a 15,000 step skincare routine.
So is the solution less is more?
Correct. Yes.
Are there certain products, treatments, anything that you think is just absolute baloney?
I think Morpheus is really stupid.
Is that the wand?
No, that's no. But I also think that's stupid.
Okay.
It depends on the wand. Which wand?
People put it in the jelly Medicube.
No, Medicube's okay. So here's the thing: is with Medicube, I think Medicube is great.
Mm-hmm.
I do like their device. I do think that they sometimes, I don't know. There was this one girl who like paralyzed half of her face with Medicube. Yeah, I do think that like it may have just been like a faulty device.
Okay.
And maybe they were overusing it and getting too close to their eye.
Ooh.
You know, like I think that people don't have this mind-body connection and they hustle through a regimen because it's like something that somebody posted and they're not listening to the fact that it's actually really hurting. They're like, oh, my eyeball is twitching. Like, this is right. This is like doing something.
It stings. It's
yeah.
working.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yes.
Yes.
So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of that. I feel like you need to have like a mind-body intuition where like, also same thing with skincare is that people are like hustling through a regimen, but they're like, oh my God, my face is fucking on fire. But this derm told me to do this 6 times a week, you know, like there's a lot of mind body connection.
There's also not a whole lot of like surveillance. I don't think that's the right word, but like we are just kind of like putting these devices on the market and being like, good luck, my guy. Blessings.
There is an FDA approval that you have to get for the most part.
Okay.
But FDA is stupid. It's unfortunate, but they're not doing their part, in my opinion. It's just like a thing that like you have to like kind of like state board, like how I was saying, like you have to pass a test as an esthetician, right? But that test doesn't really set you up for success.
Right.
When you're getting FDA regulations, you have to go through a level of testing, like that they have to like check these boxes.
Okay.
Which is, in my opinion, the bare minimum. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a sort of FDA regulation that you have to get, but like, is the FDA regulation good enough? I can say, yeah, public. Exactly.
Okay.
I could say the probably 2 most well-known devices that are also the oldest, I would say, are like Lightstem and NuFace.
Wait, which one's NuFace?
NuFace is that microcurrent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NuFace, great.
Okay.
Bulletproof.
Okay.
You can't go wrong.
No one's getting Bell's palsy.
No one's getting paralyzed with NuFace.
Okay.
And Lightstem is like, the founder, he's incredible. I've listened to him on a few podcasts too. He's brilliant. Their lights are pretty much across the board bulletproof. You will get results from Lightstem. Okay. I would love for them to come out with a mask. They have not yet. They just have a panel and a handheld wand, which I feel like people don't use as much as the masks. The masks are very convenient.
Sure, you can just sit there and just vibe out.
Higher Dose is great though too. Higher Dose across the board. All of their devices, their saunas, their sauna blankets, everything, they've done their research.
Are we doing too much, you think? Like, this sounds like a lot. Because here's the thing. You go on TikTok and someone's like, hey, I just washed my face and do beef tallow and my skin cleared up.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on beef tallow. I straight up had a client yesterday. I have been having like 2 or 3 clients a week come in with
the tallow.
busted faces from tallow. Busted.
But
every
is
pore
there
clogged.
an argument that everyone's skin is just so different? So what might have worked for someone
100%.
is going to obliterate someone else's
100%.
skin.
1,000%. Yes, 100%.
But then it's also considering the source. It's like, okay, if you're a celebrity with a skincare line, you may be using these products, but you're also getting
are we
brilliant
going to talk about Hailey Bieber right now? Is that where we're going?
I'm just like,
Hailey Bieber has no business starting a skincare line because that girl was just born blessed.
Well, again, and maybe these people talking about beef tallow never had skincare, or maybe they did. I don't know.
So yes, skincare is not one size fits all.
Sure.
1,000%. Skincare is not one size fits all. What works for you may not work for your mother, brother, sister, cousin, whatever.
Okay.
Two things across the board that you need to know is when you're putting a fat on the skin, just know that there will be some sort of pore clogging ingredient that's happening. Like I'm talking like beef tallow and coconut oil.
Okay.
Those are my two where I'm like, okay, beef tallow you can like put on your body. Absolutely.
Sure.
But if you're somebody that has struggled with acne in the past, you tend to be extremely oily, you do have larger pores, you should not be using something that is particularly like extreme, like a pure fat that like you would use to cook in.
Well, because it's also like an occlusive, right?
Exactly.
So it just like sucks everything.
Okay. Exactly. So you don't want to be doing anything along those lines.
Is that your biggest TikTok skincare pet peeve?
Is the
beef tallow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is because it went because of also how they pitched it. They were like, this product is going to solve all of your problems. Like the skincare industry doesn't want you to know this, which I thought was just like, so it was almost like fear-mongery the way that they threw beef tallow onto everybody. And then the next thing you know, everybody's doing it. Everybody's coming out with a beef tallow line. There's beef tallow deodorant, lip gloss, all these things. And don't get me wrong. Like, I am a full-blown carnivore. Like, I think that grass-fed, grass-finished meat is probably what most people need in life and will probably solve almost all of their problems if they eat it. But and then I'm also big on putting yogurt on your face, but then
I learned that from you.
Yogurt is the best face mask you could ever use.
I don't buy moisturizing face masks because you told me about yogurt.
Yogurt is the best thing ever.
Yes.
But then there's this other thing where I'm like, why are we trying to make, somebody called me out on it, but they were like, why are we trying to make all food skincare? Like, or all random things. Like I said, there was another trend of people putting diaper rash cream on their face.
Okay. I did it one time because I get like a little eczema patch here. I don't do it the full face. That's a lie. I've definitely put it on my full face. And it does work. I'm not doing it all the time.
No, yeah, you pick your poisons, but
sure.
Diaper rash cream, the reason why it helps eczema is because there's like a colloidal oat aspect to it. Just go get colloidal oatmeal and put it on your face.
Okay.
Know? There are like these like random things where it's like that's why yogurt works. It has lactic acid in it.
Okay.
It has like
acidophilus la la la.
It has probiotics in it.
Okay.
So it you could just go get lactic acid and also put that on your face and
raw dog it.
Yeah, exactly. So
what's the most slept on skincare item? Because I'll say I recently started. Okay, I'm a very simple skincare. I stopped washing my face in the morning. It honestly changed my skin. I'm sure that wouldn't work for others. I can feel your skin crawling.
It depends on what you're putting on at night. If you have active ingredients that you're using, you do want to wash your face in the morning.
Clear it off.
Because it will make you more sun sensitive.
Even if you put sunscreen on top?
Even if you put sunscreen on top, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're learning, we're growing, we're changing.
Yeah, but you can use like a cream cleanser in the morning so that you're not stripping your oils if you felt like washing your face in the morning was too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will say I recently started prescription strength azelaic acid.
Oh, then you need to be washing your face in the morning, my love.
Dog, game changer.
It's amazing.
No,
I love azelaic acid. Did you get it prescribed from a derm or did you do one of like the Curology?
From a derm.
Okay. I love azelaic acid.
Oh, it's stunning. From like a red girl with like the pad and the this and the pore. Oh.
Shani Darden made an azelaic acid serum that I love.
Okay.
Love, love, love.
Yeah, it's gorge.
It's gorge. Azelaic acid's awesome.
And I feel like it's kind of slept on.
I would say azelaic acid. I think it's having her moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people know azelaic acid.
Okay.
I think it's having her moment. I will tell you that peptides are probably the most slept on thing. I think
that you inject?
You can inject.
Okay.
But you can also use them topically.
So what is that?
So everyone's talking about retinols and tretinoin and all these things. But I think that the most important anti-aging ingredient are peptides. I think everybody needs to be using peptides. If you have acne, peptides.
But is that
If
in
you
like a moisturizer?
You
Is
can
that in like a
moisturizers,
serum? Okay.
serums, sprays,
Okay.
live cultures, put them in the fridge,
Okay.
all peptides.
Is that different than ceramides?
It is. They are different, but they are similar and they work similar. Yeah.
Moisturizing.
Ceramides are a little bit more hydrating.
Okay.
Peptides are a little bit more healing.
Okay.
But that's not to say that ceramides are not healing, but they're
different.
They're a little bit different.
Do you have like a product in particular that
I love
sticks out?
DNA. I think that skincare line is so slept
Okay.
on. Nobody knows about it, honestly, because they don't mass produce their product. They don't put any preservatives in their products. There's live cultures in all of their products. But they still have a 2-year shelf life. They're naturally preserved.
Okay.
But they don't mass produce their product. They have a lab. It's a doctor. He's a functional medicine doctor. He created the brand. They're never going to be in Sephora. They're never going to be in Nordstrom's. They're never going to be in any of those lines. There are very few there are a handful of estheticians in Los Angeles who carry their product, but the people who know and they use it, it's a game changer. Everything is pregnancy safe. Their retinol is derived naturally. It's all from vitamin A. Everything has live cultures in it.
Okay.
So it really speaks to the natural oil regulations of the face. I think it is the most slept on skincare line ever.
Can you get it anywhere? Or do you have to get it through it?
You have to get it through an esthetician. Yeah, you have to get it through an esthetician. I mean, but they have like the who's a provider thing on their website.
Sure. A little store locator.
You can always get it from me.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
But they have the best glycolic acid pads literally on the market. They have these 2 new peptides that you mist onto your face.
Okay.
Life-changing. And
DNA.
I don't another life-changing ingredient that I think is slept on but is having her moment is bee venom.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's separate, obviously, from salmon sperm. I know that's having a moment.
Yeah, that's
too.
also having a moment, yes.
Bee venom.
PDRN is salmon sperm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does one procure bee venom?
Okay, so bee venom, the line that I work with is called La Creme. And she's mixing this bee venom with a lab into a moisturizer.
Whoa.
And it plumps your face.
I would assume.
It's anti-aging.
Okay.
It makes you glow. I am obsessed with it.
Is it $5 million?
It is pricey. It is about like $200 a jar.
Sure.
However, when I tell you that I am literally like smothering my boobies in this product.
Oh, you put it up body, face.
The face starts at the nipples, my love.
Yes.
From the tits up.
Yep.
From the tits up is
I'm
what
not
I
going to
always
show
say.
you my sunburn on my chest.
Oh,
then.
no.
We won't talk about
babe.
that.
Here, that's also another thing that we can discuss. Sun is life. And I will never be an esthetician who will tell you otherwise.
Okay.
Sun
like where
is
people
life.
hide from the sun and the visors and
Somebody who hides from the sun
is an incel in ways.
is going to, in my opinion, age worse than somebody who is happy, frolicking in the sun, having a good time,
Sure.
lowering their anxiety,
Right.
enjoying life.
Find the balance.
Enjoying life will make you age slower than being afraid of everything.
I feel like the same could be said about food, right? Like, I understand we are in the era of autoimmunity and health issues and gut problems, and it's a journey.
It's a journey.
But I have found that the stress around, is it this? Does it have this? Is it that? Sometimes
It's crazy because those things go hand in hand, and I'm going to tell you how and why.
Like a dysregulated nervous system?
Well, no.
Oh.
Is our inability to handle the sun and the reason why we age in the sun, is because of the inflammation in the food that we're eating.
Oh my God.
So if you actually look at the stats, well, I mean, it's chemical sunblock versus mineral sunblock. When chemical sunblocks were being like mass pushed onto everybody, skin cancer actually was going up. You know, you can't say that that's causation. You know, it could be correlation. It can't be the cause. There are a bunch of other little variables that come into play, right? But you know, ignoring that would also be stupid, in my opinion. But functional medicine, naturopathic medicine will tell you that what the sun is burning through, right? The pollution, all of that. If the air was cleaner, the way that the sun rays would hit us probably wouldn't be as intense. But also, if we weren't so inflamed, the sun damage wouldn't be so intense either. Think about it. Think about the days that you get the most sunburn. is when you're out and you're drinking. You're drinking in the sun. When was the last time you went to Mexico and you were drinking margaritas in the sun and you were just like becoming a tomato?
Sure.
It's the inflammation. It's the inflammation.
Well, so then, okay, if we were to go back in time.
Yes.
Caveman vibes.
Caveman vibes.
Obviously, they didn't have glycolic.
No, I mean, they were hideous.
But did they have acne, do you think? Were they just perpetually sunburnt? Like, what was...
What were they?
Say,
we can't
I guess.
Say. But... I mean... They probably had like blackheads and clogged pores and stuff, you know,
just sebaceous filaments all up in the nose.
But acne, like real inflamed acne. I feel like as our food quality got worse and as our products got more toxic, I think that it's safe to say the acne probably got worse.
Sure. If I get a time machine, we'll pop on back.
Check them out.
Yep.
Give them a little skincare analysis.
Yep.
I would love to get my hands on those blackheads.
Yep.
Let me tell you.
Oh, they'd be huge.
They'd be massive.
So then when you are in a session, how do you decide, is it a chatty session? Is it a quiet session? Like, are you very like invested in your clients? Like, how do you...
I let the clients talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
You let them lead.
Clients talk.
Okay.
I let them lead. I follow their lead.
Have you ever had like a nightmare client story?
Thank God. When I started taking referrals only, your vibe attracts your tribe.
Sure.
I don't have one client that I dislike.
Really?
Yeah, which is really cool. It's a really cool place to be.
You've never had anyone
I have in the past that I didn't like.
Okay.
I definitely think like in the beginning stages when you're growing your clientele and you're just getting Instagram, like clients from Instagram and like random people, there were definitely like some people that, you know, one didn't take it seriously, like questioned everything that you said. I would say the most irritating client for me is somebody who shows up with zero trust.
Okay.
And is like, definitely is like, well, this person said this, or this person told me to do that, and that person said to do this, and that, you know, like, I'm like, okay, well, like if you aren't going to follow my lead with what I'm telling you to do, I don't think this is going to work out.
Yeah.
I don't think we're a fit.
Yeah.
But like somebody who like really just like was absolutely nuts. Not really.
No.
No, I don't have any like really crazy client stories.
Okay.
Like
well, you have a fun clientele too. I mean, you have Bretman Rock. He posts you all the time.
The best guy ever.
Just an angel.
Just the best person on the planet.
Do you have a dream client? Is there anyone?
I do.
You do? Okay.
I need Alex Earl to come in for a facial immediately. Oh. If you're seeing this, Alex Earl, I think you know my name by now because I've been borderline harassing you. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Because she went on her own acne journey, right?
I would say her claim to fame is her Accutane story. She, I think, started growing her following because she was talking about Accutane a lot publicly, which is great. Normalize the conversation. I definitely think what's so cool about her is that she's given people the confidence to be like, okay, I have acne. It's okay. Right. I can still go out and do all the things and like be this gorgeous supermodel, but still have acne. I think that's a very normal conversation, and I think that should be a normalized conversation. However, I think that the people who are helping her are failing her miserably.
Really?
There should be no reason after 3 rounds of Accutane.
3.
She's done 3 rounds of Accutane, and even her derm has tried to convince her to do a 4th.
Stop.
Yeah.
Her poor liver.
Yeah. I mean, and also like she is also her other claim to fame is being this party girl. So, you know, I saw recently she posted something about her esthetician and what they had her do, and like, you know, it's not like she's using terrible skincare either, but it's just like, in my opinion, if you were seeing me and it's been, let's say 3 years, even if you decided not to change anything outside of the office, like, and you were just seeing me, there's no reason why her acne should be like that.
Really? And what do you think it is?
I mean, I definitely think that there's some lifestyle things that need to be changed. And I do think that she could, you know, check on her hormones probably. And she probably is checking on her hormones. But like we discussed, she's getting Western medicine labs and they're not telling her if something is a little bit off, you know. I mean, again, like, I don't really know. Like, I don't really genuinely know what she's doing. So I can't say, but where it's located on her face looks like it could be a combination of diet and hormones.
Hormone acne is
here.
Chin?
Her acne like goes down to her neck.
Oh.
So that's why it looks really hormonal. But cheeks is dietary for the most part. It can be hormonal, but for the most part it's dietary. But that's not to say that, you know, something that you're eating could be affecting your hormones. So it's all connected at the end of the day.
Let's get her in the chair.
I need her to be my client.
Yeah.
Like, I really need her to be my client. I want her to be my client so bad. I really, really think that I can help her. I I want to help her so badly because
I think we can manifest
she
this.
does not need to be living like this.
Sure.
She doesn't need to. Not that there's a problem.
Right.
But it's been years. It's uncomfortable. It's painful.
There's also this emotional aspect of it. I had bad skin in high school, and
it's not fun.
Was I just not washing my face and using like CoverGirl every day and doing the
Probably.
full kit and caboodle? Yes, but it is taxing.
It's taxing.
Physically, emotionally.
It's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful to look at yourself in the mirror and not like be obsessed with it. Like,
Totally.
that sucks.
Totally.
You know?
I want to play a little game with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name a skincare concern, and I want you to rapid fire tell me the thing you would do for it, whether it's topical, any dietary thing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Dryness.
La Creme Glow. I love it.
Redness.
Okay. Any food that you eat that's red, get it out of there.
Like spicy vibe.
Spicy vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dark spots.
Dark spots is hard, but I would say dark spots is hard. Cosmelan would be my go-to, but Cosmelan they just reformulated. And
that's the mask where your
the
face.
Mask.
Yeah.
They reformulated and they changed their formula, and Cosmelan doesn't really exist that much at this moment. They will come back, but Cosmelan, I mean, hydroquinone helps too, but there's like rebounding effects. Dark spots is very difficult.
Okay.
There's so much that goes into dark spots.
Lasers, maybe?
The thing is with lasers that, again, there's the heat aspect of it. And that heat aspect of it can exasperate it.
Yeah.
That dark spots is like all that is the thing that I will say is a little bit tricky with the sun.
A little tricky.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a little bit tricky with the sun. Dark spots, I can't rapid fire. It depends on the dark spots. If it's melasma,
sure.
If it's pigment,
sure.
What color skin you have.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff with the dark spots.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll table that.
Yes.
Eczema,
take out gluten. Take out gluten and oatmeal is your life. Topical.
Topical oatmeal.
Yeah.
Acne around the mouth.
Okay, acne around the mouth gets misdiagnosed. Is it dermatitis or is it acne?
Like the little dots sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's pure acne around the mouth, I mean, my first question is, do you have a boyfriend with a beard? That is my first question because usually it's their fault.
Isn't that a theme sometimes?
It's always their fucking fault.
Crazy.
These men.
Wait, side note, this is so out of pocket.
Yeah.
Speaking of men and beards. Okay, I was recently seeing a man who had OCD. He still has it. He's alive. And sometimes I'll test my, say it with me, vaginal pH. And I noticed after we would have sex, my pH was the best it's ever been.
Interesting.
This man is washing his hands, washing his dick, washing his soul.
Thank God.
And I swear it makes a difference.
Of course it makes a difference.
I'm like, these men are eating Buffalo Wild Wings and then putting those fingers inside you. No, it's really treacherous.
It's really, well, congratulations for that guy. Thank you for having OCD. Clean boys are my favorite boys.
Oh.
I love clean boys.
Bless them.
Yeah.
Okay, keratosis pilaris, as you can see on this subject right here.
Glycolic acid is life.
Okay.
And also, chill with the gluten.
Okay.
I would say.
Hormonal acne.
Hormonal acne, go get a functional medicine lab and figure out exactly what's wrong with your hormones and take the supplements to fix it.
Love it. Bacne.
Bacne is, are you wearing a lot of nylon? Are you sitting in your leggings for a long period of time? If you are, change that. Bacne is usually dietary, so I would say chill with the dairy also.
Okay. Blackheads.
Everybody has them. Get over it, first of all.
Yeah.
Everybody has them. Biore strips, you'll use them, they'll come right back in 2 days, okay? Sure. Get a nice glycolic acid pad, some sort of exfoliate once or twice a week. Deal with it.
That's it.
Well,
I also feel like we mix blackheads with sebaceous filaments.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but I hate when estheticians get so picky. Like, they're sebaceous filaments. Okay, well, everybody knows them as blackheads. So, I'm not gonna give you a lesson on sebaceous filaments and blackheads. Like the blackheads,
semantics.
It's like this. Like, you have shit in your nose.
Sure.
Okay, you can see it. They're sebaceous filaments, most likely, but. The reality of it is the second you take them, get them extracted for sure. Right. I extract them where the whole thing comes out, and then you won't have blackheads for 2 weeks, which is great, but they will come back.
Because it's kind of genetics, right? It's like your pore size with
So everything migrates inwards when you sleep. Your oil regulation migrates inwards.
Okay.
So everything that you're using is going to end up on the oil well of your face, which is your nose and your chin.
Okay.
And your forehead sometimes.
Okay.
Which is the T-zone, right? Everybody's always talking about the T-zone. So naturally, they will fill back up. that'll
Name of
even
the game.
even if you have no pores,
Girl,
I will see them.
friggin' life. I was
You
having
know?
like a little romantic moment with my ex on the beach.
Yeah.
It was sunset, and he's like, "What are those little black dots on your nose?"
Oh my God. He
like,
needs to grow up.
Yeah, it was bad.
He needs to grow
It was
up.
really bad.
I hate him.
Do you think gluten and dairy are the enemy?
In America,
Mm.
I have not had dairy in 10 years. I'm trying to have 150 grams of protein a day, which is really freaking challenging, especially without dairy.
Sure.
Because whey. I haven't had whey. I've discovered that whey has broken me out in the past, but now I'm like trying to do grass-fed whey.
Okay.
Grass-fed, grass-finished whey. I'm like being picky. And it's not breaking me out. So I've been able to have grass-fed whey a little bit.
Okay.
Which has been helpful. But there's this cheese lady at the farmer's market who gets her cheese imported from Europe.
Obsessed.
And goat's milk cheese and sheep's milk cheese is not as mass produced, which means like you're not going to deal with like all the hormones and like all the little scary things that I'm afraid of with cow's milk.
Sure.
Parmesan across the board is usually okay. And then goat's milk across the board, goat's cheese across the board is usually okay. But I started having a little bit of cheese, goat's milk cheese.
You're being a little naughty. The cheese.
I mean, it's from Europe, so I'm not as afraid of it.
Okay.
But it's just the way we treat our cows out here. Like saying, like, you have cows only lactate for 9 months after giving birth. So
we're pumping them with shit. So
we're pumping them with shit. So they think they just gave birth. Do you know how many hormones you release when you give birth?
Can you imagine someone doing that to you?
No, it's so fucked. It's so fucked. But by the way, like the amount of hormones that we release when we give birth, to put that in a concoction and inject into a cow and then label everything as hormone free that's where FDA gets in.
Yeah, I was like,
that's allowed.
Loophole?
That's hormone free.
Yikes.
Because those are technically the hormones that we produce.
Then isn't raw dairy kind of scary? Don't you gotta like put it on the stove for a second?
I guess raw dairy is also scary. I don't know. Raw is probably better. But it also might not be because there's that bacteria component to it.
This is where I feel like, again, we're also talking about a very
we're doing too
portion.
Much.
Like, not everyone's going to have access to the fancy goat cheese.
This is what I say. This is how I say it. This is how I say you pick your poisons. Think of your bucket. Think of your capacity to handle toxic things as a bucket. Okay? It can eventually overflow.
Right.
When it overflows, it will disrupt other organ systems.
Manifest elsewhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why you want to just pick your poisons.
Okay.
Like, look, if dairy is the best thing that you've ever eaten in your entire life and you're obsessed with it and you don't have acne, you don't have bacne, you don't have poop issues.
Tits
like,
out.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I'm jealous
if
we're being completely honest with you.
Right.
Same with gluten. If you've been eating gluten your entire life, you don't get eczema, you don't have rosacea, you don't have bumpy shit on your face, you don't struggle with dermatitis or that weird rash that people get around their eyes. Go for it.
You have my blessing.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. When I eat gluten, I'm sick for days sometimes. So that's my thing.
Right.
Pick your
Personal
poisons.
journey.
I use mainly, I go to a non-toxic nail salon, but I'll get Botox once a year.
Sure.
So pick your poisons. You have a bucket.
Right.
But right. But everything around us is kind of bad.
Yeah, it's like, do I make my own countertop spray? Yeah. Am I using MAC Stone lip liner? Absolutely.
Pick your poisons.
Yeah, right.
Pick your poisons.
How's your back?
From working or from having big boobs?
Either. Carrying the, everyone's skincare problems on your back.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're like hunched doing the, like.
I weight train.
Okay.
So weight training is the most anti-aging thing that you can do for your body, mind, spirit.
Started.
Yeah. Weight training is life.
Okay.
If you are an esthetician or you're becoming an esthetician, I highly recommend weight training. We're doing a lot of intricate things with our hands that are not functional, holding little devices, popping little things, doing like little tiny things with our hands. Weight training is the most functional workout that you can do. Building muscles, obviously really important.
Right.
My back would be way worse if I did not do that. And I also get treatment, I get treatment.
Okay.
I would say my hands are probably like my left hand. When I was only doing yoga, remember, I don't know if you had, a pattern that I have discovered with everyone who's tiptoeing into their workout journey is they almost always start with like a heated room yoga. You know,
My biggest nightmare.
But that's where everyone started, right?
Sure.
Core power. I feel like that's, first of all, not only is it disgusting in my opinion for your skin to be on a sweaty mat with everybody's filth just like in the room.
I'm like, babe, we invented AC.
It's disgusting though. I still think it's disgusting.
I had a man in high school. I was in high school. He was not. He was in a Speedo. We were doing hot yoga right in front of me. Threw up.
Ew.
Okay, they wouldn't let us leave the room because they had to check on him. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, no.
Pass.
No, but that was my first, like, that was my journey into working out was hot, heated room yoga. All of the plank work, like, really, really messed up my left hand.
Oh, shit.
I started getting cysts in my wrist. Yeah. And once you start getting those, you really just, it's game over.
It's kind of crazy. Sometimes you can be like, hey, I don't have to suffer like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like there's some choice to be made.
Yeah. And I really actually like I've been weight training for like 3 years now. And I even like I got knee surgery growing up. I was a competitive dancer my whole life. Like this is probably the least amount of pain I've had.
It's amazing.
Within my body.
Okay.
Like I even like was on a Pilates, like I love my private Pilates sessions. I love them. I have 2 instructors who I'm obsessed with in LA. But you know, that kind of really hurt my hip flexor after a while with all like the little tedious.
Sure.
But weight training.
You found your jam.
I found my jam.
Okay.
I don't really have pain. I don't really have pain.
That's all we can want.
When I do have pain, it is in my lower back.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But I get treatments.
Yeah.
So
you have your team.
I have my team.
I love it.
I have my team.
Are you ready for some trivia?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with 3 questions.
Okay.
Not skincare related at all.
Let's do it.
What president was a licensed bartender?
Babe. Who knows? Who freaking knows?
Hit me with a random.
Does anybody know?
The internet does.
The internet does. ChatGPT does. I don't fucking know.
I'm sending it to you.
You're sending it to me?
In your brain.
Is it like Nixon or something?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln?
That silly
they even have to get
man.
licensed in that?
Yeah.
Thing? They did?
Shock.
That's cool. Glad they did licenses like that.
What's the largest desert in the world?
Is it whichever one's...
It's a bit of a trick question.
Is it not like whatever's in Egypt? Sahara Desert? Is Sahara Desert in Egypt?
You are quite literally asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
I hope you watched the trivia episode with my sister. We need to be sent far, far away. It's bad.
Like should not be asked any questions about anything.
Okay, it's Antarctica.
Antarctica is a desert?
Yeah, I'm like, they found some loophole. I think it's shocking.
I thought Antarctica was cold.
But apparently because it's like, quote, arid and like, I don't know. I didn't ask questions.
So is Antarctica cold or not?
No, it is. But deserts don't have to be hot.
Oh, I guess, well, yeah. I went to school in
desolate.
Tucson and it was cold.
Well, there we go.
At night.
There we go. Okay, what year did MTV launch?
Okay. I'm going to guess like no, because it was around the 90s. So probably like 1989.
1981? That was pretty close.
Wow.
Okay, girly pop, if you weren't a facialist, what would you be doing?
Like something with dogs. Like I would be a dog trainer.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I would be a dog trainer.
Like Caesar Milan? Like do like a full...
Yeah, like I really do think that.
Wow.
Like my poodle is she is that girl. Like she does not need a leash. Like she just comes with me everywhere.
You guys look at each other, you like have a little conversation.
She speaks
with your
English.
eyes.
She fully speaks English. And I think everybody's dogs should be like that. I think life is better when your dog speaks English.
I love that.
Because then you could just take him everywhere you go and then everybody could just have dogs everywhere.
I wish.
And I literally say lay down and she just does it.
With no attitude, no fuss.
I go like this if she doesn't and then she does it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so dog trainer.
Dog trainer. I love it. I love trained animals.
Do you think you would ever create your own skincare brand?
I do, and it is something that I am working on probably this year.
And what would set it apart? What would make it different than what's
I
out there?
really, really, really like this one area of skincare, I think that there isn't enough that isn't like cortisone based. It's eczema and dermatitis on the face. I make this mask in my treatments with just like a bunch of different types of oatmeals. I like just concoct it. And it really helps people who have eczema or dermatitis on their face. And I want to figure out how to turn it into a serum.
Ooh.
Because right now if you really like have eczema on your face or your eyelids or anything like that, or even psoriasis, people who have autoimmune psoriasis and it's all over their body, there really isn't too much that's outside of cortisone. Like everybody's just getting like a steroid or like some sort of cortisone.
Okay.
And sometimes when you stop using the cortisone, it comes back with vengeance.
Girl, I still have like bleached spots on the inside of my arms because when I was a kid, I used to get these huge rashes
Eczema?
on the inside of my arms and knees.
It was probably eczema.
Yeah, and the cream literally bleached my skin.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find something, or I'm trying to make something
A little more holistic.
a little bit more holistic,
Okay.
but actually works. You know, still has a medical approach. Colloidal oatmeal is great.
Okay.
I love colloidal oatmeal. So that's what I'm working on.
Let me know when that comes out because from one
I'm gonna take my time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time.
If you need like a test dummy,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Throw me in.
Absolutely.
So I know we talked about skincare is very specialized and personal. It is not one size fits all.
Never. It is never one size fits all.
Is there any general skincare advice?
Everybody should be using a vitamin C and a sunblock.
Okay.
And some sort of peptide.
That's like the hill you would die on.
Yeah.
That's
Those
it.
3 things are really all I care about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, exfoliate once a week.
There's some things we can sprinkle in.
Yeah.
So I end each episode with the same question.
Uh-huh.
And this can be as it relates to you as a facialist, as it's you, Jackie B.
Uh-huh.
What's one thing you wish more people understood about you?
About me?
Mm-hmm. Because you deal with people all day.
I deal with people all day. I would say, I think that the people closest to me know this. But I think it's that my intentions are always good. Because I can get caught up in the no filter business, you know?
Sure.
Sometimes I say things unfiltered, and it's gotten me into trouble in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But it you know, the people who know me and are close to me know that my intentions are good.
Pure heart.
And that I've worked on my filter. But it's gotten me into trouble. So
I love it.
I think, you know, that's a good one. My intentions are good.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Okay, where can they find you? Do you even have openings? I know you are so booked and busy.
So
I'll see your stories and you're like, okay, so August 2025 is booked.
Yes. So I am starting to take some more clients on, but my assistant, who I have spent the entire year of 2024 training, she just started taking clients.
Okay.
And that's why I'm able to have a life. I don't start work until 2 on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays now. So she takes clients, and every last week of the month, I only work Monday, Tuesday, and she takes full clients for the week.
Okay, work-life balance.
She is definitely taking new clients.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to get a facial, it's all Jackie B method. It's with my equipment, my everything in my office. Her name is Ariella. She's amazing. I love her. And then at Jackie B Skincare, Jackie with a Y, on all platforms. Check us out.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have questions.
Let's get Clear Skin and Alex Earl, please.
Alex Earl.
Get in the chair. Get in the
booth.
booth.
You know my name at this point.
Yes.
Because I have been harassing you for years. I'm so sorry again. I really apologize. My intentions are good.
No,
right?
we're manifesting it. I can't wait.
It's gonna happen.
Yay.
I'm gonna change her face.
All right. Thank you so much. You're
Thank
a dream.
you. Thank you for having me.